I see you, Dawn. Slick J Adams. Good morning. Come on. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you, Dawn. She's bringing it to you every weekday at 9 in the morning. So if you wanna hear the real, this is what you gotta do. Just log online and listen to Dawn speak her mind. Listening to the book of Dawn in the morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn this morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn this morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. You're now tuned in to Dawn. Oh, sexy Dawn. What's in it for the black people media?
Yeah, what's in it for the light-skinned black people? Me. I eat me. Hey, welcome back. I feel like I'm in a brand new, it's a whole vibe in here. Like, I want to have a party in here. Can I have a party in here? I feel like I need a glass of champagne. I know we can't drink in here, but I feel like I want to break all the rules and put this is sexy. We could rent this out for a hostel.
Been a little bit of rule breaking, so we about to reestablish the rules. So no, I'm gonna let you lead by the example that you've always led. So it won't be a party. Now you can bring you a champagne here, but you got to put it in a sippy cup.
Okay,
I've been scrubbing floors and picking up everybody's pieces and parts. So I was trying to, Dawn, every day I try to make sure that I try to make the experience better for us every time. And so I've just been working. Stay tuned. We got some new lights coming and a whole bunch of.
I mean, I'm going to, on the break, do a live video. It's a vibe in here. Like I feel some type of way. Like, I'm excited. I can't wait. Let me see. I'm going to put Mo Fitz right here. This is a whole swaggy music. Get down. Welcome. Good morning, sunshines. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn. Man, I had to get up early and come to work. I felt a little different. I've been off. I got lazy. I think I gained 8 champagne pounds, but I'm back. Thank you for tuning in every weekday, 9, 10 a.m., broadcasting live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. We got 2 weeks, and then we're going on break again, and then I'm gonna get better and better, and I'm gonna get thinner because I'm not gonna gain champagne weight. I might stop drinking. That's a whole nother conversation.
That's a lie.
That is sort of a lie. I will stop drinking.
You know, you be drinking the good champagne, so stop lying.
Facts.
I be like, what is this? What? This don't taste like that champagne I had. This don't taste like Cook's.
Did I tell you the story of Nikki Hayes?
No.
Baby girl's trunk party. I got all the Prosecco. No disrespect to the Secco. Then I got the vintage game over here. Nikki comes. I was like, oh, let me pour your champagne. I give her some vintage Dawn. It was butter. Everybody, Lieutenant Governor Stratton, I'm giving all the homegirl crew the vintage. Everybody else get the Prosecco, right? I turn around and Nikki disappears real fast, and she runs in. She's in the kitchen, and she's leaning over the sink, pouring the champagne in the sink, saying, I think this is spoiled. I literally put my head underneath the glass. I said, girl, that's not spoiled, that's vintage. She said, oh, I thought it was bad. I said, Nicole Hayes, Lord have mercy, Jesus. Somebody get her a Miller Lite, okay? Because that is definitely not spoiled. That's my vintage champagne, so I feel you. Hey, listen, today is Monday, and Gina Lamar is on her way in. You know, we didn't plan. So, as y'all call her, the whisperer, Penis Whisperer, will be in the building. Yesterday was Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Maze. I know I text you, but I'll say it again in person. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for the example that you set.
And, man, I'm sorry I could not be there yesterday. My baby girl came by. My granddaughter, my kids came by. So I was being granddaddy dandy.
Right. Double dad.
Yes.
You doubled down yesterday. She's so cute. That grandchild could have everything.
She starts school today, too.
Is she going to school?
I don't want her to, but she is.
Is she going by the house?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
super.
Yeah. You're good. We were with the grandkids yesterday, Skylar and Sophie. Me and Sophie went live, and she was telling people on my IG Live to watch the Book of Dawn. So I hope they're tuned in because my granddaughter said it. It is Monday, July 21st. It's 65 degrees, y'all. The weather, it did something. It went from 90 to 65, and it's only supposed to be 70 today. So make certain that you cover up a little bit. And for anybody whose family or who themselves were affected by the storms yesterday, I know Naperville got hit really hard. Our prayers are with you. Some people are out of homes, and there was some real property devastation. I don't know if there were any lives lost, but I'm hoping not. I just want you to know that on behalf of the What's in It for the Black People Media, we are with you. It is National Selfie Day. I don't know that I like that day. First of all, I don't like men that take a lot of selfies. You can take a few, but if you take a lot, I've got a whole nother conversation that I can't say at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Tell me what it is, because I take a lot of selfies, because, you know.
Well, depends on the kind of selfie.
Okay.
Okay. What I cannot bear to watch is a man with a cigar this big in his mouth taking selfies with showing his watch. Who you doing that? First of all, that's not a good look with a big stogie. It makes me feel some type of what are you doing way. I can't stand the what do you call it? The soft brag. I can't do the soft brag. My hand is on my steering wheel so you can see the emblem and you can see the watch. That's the soft brag. Don't do that. Just brag. I'm good. If you got it, you got it. Don't do the soft brag when you're a man.
I gotta ask what year though.
What?
You know, be like, what year? Because you know, everybody get their picture and get the emblem. But I'd be like, what? me see the body style.
Exactly. Because, wait, first of all, let me see the lease, the title, whatever it is, because that's probably not your car. I'm saying if you want a soft brag in a photo, let somebody else take it. Don't you be the photographer and the bragger. The soft brag, I can't do. I don't know that I like the Gen Z. Let me just put my camera down and take 9 pictures of myself, and then 2 of them are blurry. Like, I don't know that works for me. I don't know. I just feel some kind of way about men taking a lot of selfies. Just me. But it is National Selfie Day, so we are going to take a selfie because, Maze can take it because I don't know how. So, yeah.
That wouldn't be a selfie then. If I take it, it wouldn't be a selfie.
Of us.
Oh, okay.
Us.
I can't. Okay, but I
Us-y.
can't do it in the You got an iPhone?
No. You said you did that on purpose. You did that on purpose. I know you did that on purpose. Nah, but I got an iPad and a MacBook. Same difference, right? Ain't an iPad like an iPhone? It's just bigger?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Not the same.
Not the same. It is also June 21st. That is the summer solstice. Today is officially summertime. So yeah, the summer solstice, you can officially wear white, even though I wear it all year. It's also the World Day of Music. So we're going to make sure that we play and highlight a lot of the music that you've already heard, but you love to hear. And that is some of Chicago's best. Maze, are we still going to work on something for your anniversary next week?
You didn't hear us talking about how you was planning us a parking lot party pimping.
Oh, no, but I'm
TP,
ready.
So we trying to do like a breakfast / Friday morning. So the anniversary is on Thursday.
Yep.
What we want to do is do Friday morning. We want to do a stage in the concert at TP.
Okay.
Invite everybody down. Sell tickets because they was willing to buy tickets.
For sure.
Give them a little breakfast.
Okay.
And then get our artists to perform. And then, you know what I'm saying, we'll flow right into you.
So so we'll do that on the inside of TP, right?
No, I want the stage outside.
Oh, okay, cool.
We want to set it up outside, get the parking lot.
Okay, you're going to do that part.
Yeah,
I just bring the talent.
Yep.
Okay, and so we need basically all day. What are we doing, like 6 to 3? No?
Not. So I want to do a morning thing, and then, it's our year. We going to let you, you going to probably just keep my joint on, and then we'll invite everybody to come participate. Because then I think we got to talk about that. But I think right after that, that's when our schedule changes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So that's when the schedule changes. So we'll do it that way. Now, if anybody else wants to do it, we'll figure out how we incorporate everybody.
Okay. So Friday. Y'all heard that. More details and a flyer to come and a link for you to buy tickets.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember, you get what you pay for.
Ah!
That part. So we need to call Big Mark and make certain that
you need to call Big Mark.
Shalon is present. It's a breakfast. We have to have mimosas.
Ooh,
yeah.
We could probably, what would be dope is to have like mimosas, have like like pancakes out there where you can eat.
So I'm sure Sister Tennille is gonna call. She got all the chefs on lock.
Aunt Tennille could pull it all together. But so let's do this. Let's think about it before you leave out of here. Even though I'm probably gonna have to engineer. I don't know what we're gonna do for the rest of the day because I got a meeting. But
I remember 2 moves, but not enough to do the big boys.
So my thing one at most. Let me see this. I think let's plan it. Let's do this because I'm leaving you and I got to get out to a meeting. But let's plan to sit down and talk it out tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll start on the stage and reserving the space, and I think we can fill in the rest.
Okay. Cool beans. Y'all heard it here first. I got a funny word of the day. It's spelled Succor. It's a noun. Anybody want to take a stab at how to pronounce it?
Say it again.
Succor.
Sucker.
It is sucker.
I know
it is sucker. It's a 13th century Middle English word. You're not going to believe what it actually means. You want to guess at what it means? It means assistance and support in times of hardship or distress. And sucker, assistance, that's it. I ain't never been a sucker, but I'm always throwing the rope, trying to figure out if that's where the word sucker, how we say it, SUCKA, came from that.
I bet it did.
Oh,
I think so.
That's a real word. But we have abused those of us that have allowed ourselves to be a doormat, if you will. So since the 13th century Middle English, we've been suckers. I didn't know that. Ironically, the sentence in the definition was, an example of a sentence was that the United States has been a sucker to helping other nations. I said, well, wow. Okay, we'll just put it on out there. We have actually been suckers. So, yeah, so add that to your dictionary, but use it the right way. SUCCOR. You can be a sucker too. I do have birthdays as well. It is Derek Coleman's birthday. You know who Derek Coleman is, right? The NBA retired from Alabama via Detroit, played at Syracuse. Happy birthday, Derek Coleman. Happy birthday, Reggie Foster Jr., the saxophonist who spent some time behind the brown door on the Book of Dawn. Kirkland Townsend, happy birthday. Big Nasty, Nebraska Franklin, happy birthday. And
Big Nasty!
It is Big Nasty's birthday. And Jeff Wilson, Benji Wilson's baby brother, it's his birthday today, so happy birthday. I am talking to Billy Moore about coming on the show. You know who Billy Moore is, right? That's the guy that killed Benji.
Oh!
Yeah, so I've been talking to him. He wrote a book, and we have been in conversations trying to get him on here before we go back on break. But he's got a great story about his perspective.
Save it.
No, honestly. Did you see the document?
Oh, yeah, with Cootie and them?
Yeah. So Benji's brothers have embraced, like, the growth and the understanding of where he came from. It's really as bad as I wanted to be mad forever, because Benji was one of my best friends.
Oh, damn.
Literally. I want to hold that grudge forever. But if Benji's brothers can be throw an olive branch and be forgiving, then who actually am I? Like, those are his blood brothers, and here I am, a good friend, holding a grudge that they're not holding, and that was a greater loss to them than it was to us and the world. So I'm learning through them to embrace that. I mean, that's probably the most spiritually mature decision I can ever see somebody having, because Anthony and Jeffrey were babies when Benji got killed. So that story of reconciliation is a really deep one, and I want to have the conversation with Billy, because he's very candid. He's not like out there like, puffed up like he killed somebody and he wanted to be a celebrity. He was a victim of many of the things that actually made you discuss on your show, of the inequalities. And, there's a bigger accountability than to the kid that shoots the gun. So we'll talk to Billy more, hopefully before next week. And then I'm also trying to talk to this young lady who made this thing called Condition Her. Like conditioner, but condition her.
Like, get your mind right, woman?
No, like her.
Oh, her. That's just sound like a Gina conversation.
No, this is actually.
She's the penis whisperer, not the vagina whisperer.
So this condition her is lotion, if you will, or moisturizer for her.
I thought you wasn't supposed to be putting chemicals down there.
It's not inside. It's not inside.
Even outside, though.
No. You know,
women's
if
pH
you put
be
condition,
2.2 seconds.
Oh yeah, because
Pew,
my pH.
pew, and then next thing you be like, what you could? Yeah, yeast infection my butt.
Let me tell you something. The pH, if the young girls knew what pH meant, baby, because if you blink wrong, my pH is off. What you doing? Like, I got all, why? Because I twitched twice and I rolled over and something's wrong. But this is for the outside. This is not to be
Does
inserted.
she have pictures?
I will.
Are there pictures?
She has some before and after. Let me just say this. I'm a fanatic about lotion and I use the product and it works. It's not like taking regular lotion and putting it on her. It has a conditioning, if you will, property that you know how the girls put the baby hair in, it's that for that. It's not like Edge.
That most adult women nowadays usually pretty not conditioned, no need for conditioner, because I feel like that's like a 70s thing. Like
No.
I feel like the whole, you know, the whole concept of when I was a kid.
Okay.
Like, you see a movie, you never saw the actual.
Sure.
You just saw all, and the bush of itself would be what got you all excited because you didn't even know what was under there.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And
Sure.
I feel like that's a thing of the past.
Well, do you have a beard? You're in the beard gang.
Uh-huh.
Do you use like the?
I use beard oil. Shout out to Solo Beauty Supply.
Okay. So
I just didn't know there were many women still in the beard game. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I just saying,
okay.
if you old school, then you gotta,
Runway.
you know, it's some things that we know that the little kids should learn. Like, so you gotta, if you put it oil in your hair and you gotta condition her, and that is the whole concept behind it. And so it's a young sister who created this product, her and her partner. And I was introduced to her by one of my good friends, Sonia DeBerry, and I thought it was interesting. We ordered the product. I used the product, and the product works. And I'll be very honest with you. This is probably TMI, but you know I'm known for saying too much sometimes. When you start getting the silver fox look, right, on the top of your head and her, the silver hair has its different texture. So the gray hairs are not necessarily the good hair, okay? So you get a little Juneteenth with, you know, the coarseness is different. So you do want to maintain, you don't want it to be like a little nappy fro, so you do have to lay it down. I mean, those of us, we had the conversation before break. I got slammed by a few people that I will keep nameless, but they know they said it, because I'm not in for the whole manscape and the ladyscape where ain't no hair. To me, I'm just, you know, God put hair down there, hair's supposed to be there, a little bit at least. But, you know, I suppose if you manscaped or ladyscaped and you like the Brazilians and all that, then you don't have anything to condition, or, I don't know, scalp something.
Say it works. I'm only going to listen if Wilbur.
What'd you say?
You said it works. You vouched for it. Only person that vouched that would make a difference for us would be Wilbur, for the fellas.
Well, if he
Wilbur,
chimes
if you're
in,
listening,
if you ask
if you're
him.
tuning, not that we in your business, but is condition her really worth it?
It really is. I'm telling you. I'll put her website in the thread so y'all can. And then Janessa, I saw Janessa chimed in. Janessa, you can. She sells. You should get your beard stuff from Janessa too. You know she got some sexy beard type stuff.
You need to start selling it at Solo Beauty Supply.
Oh, you know what?
I got an endorsement.
Can you could make that connection? Maybe she would.
We definitely can. And she knows she can.
Okay, good.
What's her name, Janessa? Janessa? She got all about 17,000 names. I can't be telling which one I'm talking to. I don't know which alternate personality it is. Janessa,
Yeah.
what your name is for real, woman?
Janessa, who are you actually running from right now? Do you owe somebody some money? We're going to take a break, come back, and chat a little bit more. And I don't know, Gina might be at the door. I have to check my text, but I don't want to put my head down. Oh, she said that would be awesome if you connect her to Solo Beauty Supply. Look at that. Look at making deals. That's so dope to give her a bigger platform, because then she could be international like Mael Beauty, right? Maybe then go from there to Walmart. We'll be right back. It's the Book of Dawn. Stay with us.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I see you, Dawn. Slick J. Good morning. Come on. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. What's in it for the black people? What's in it? What's in it for the black people? I'm in it. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people. For the black people, for the black people.
owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. I see you, Dawn. Slick J Adams. Good morning. Come on. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. This morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Good morning. You're listening to the book of Dawn. Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you, Dawn.
Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn, broadcasting live from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. I look like the clock on the wall. Guys, I'm sorry that I've not been here in 2 weeks, so I'm a little bit excited about the vibe. It's such a vibe, and I can hear myself like I'm in a TV studio. I'm feeling excited. Question for you, Maze. Juneteenth. I didn't hear all your show, but I bought a book written by a sister from Texas, and I started reading it actually this morning, called On Juneteenth, and she tells in great detail a lot of things that I don't think any of us know in regards to the origins of Juneteenth. And so when I don't want to prematurely speak on it, but I think that we need to better explain to the masses, like the layers and the layers. As a matter of fact, in the first 2 chapters I read, I found out that, which is pretty normal, but I found out that Austin, the city of Austin, Texas, is named after one of the richest, largest plantation owners in the state of Texas. And it talks about the history of the battle between Mexico and Texas, and when Texas was trying to ingratiate people, slave plantation owners, to come to Texas, the Mexicans were like, nah, because we not signing off on you bringing property and chattel here. We not with the slavery movement, and how this battle ensued between them to take the land from Mexico to make it plantation. Like it's very, very detailed. It's not just the celebration of ribs and red pop. It really does break it down to a level, I think, that would give people a better understanding. That being said, I definitely agree that it was a nice little amuse-bouche from my food industry experience. You know what amuse-bouche is. It's the little sample they give you, like when you go to Maple Nash, they give you a little free drink so you can keep buying. That was that, but that's a whole nother conversation. And when I finish this book, I'm going to pass it around like a student, because before I actually say something about it, I want to know the full detail. And that book is, she's a Harvard law professor, but she is a Texan, and she really does dig a lot deeper under the surface than the holiday of it, because I just want people not to need a reason to shoot off fireworks and go and party like maniacs. I need you to know why you're partying, and then how can we benefit from even just the scratch of the surface of making it a national holiday. Ironically, I asked Mr. Milhouse, I said, so, now you got to add Juneteenth to your days off in your corporate calendar. And he's like, okay. I said, because you can't do the 4th of July if you're not doing Juneteenth. He said, you know what? You're right. But he came up with I got to share offline with you his solution to not keep, because if we keep adding holidays.
Why we, let's not have a solution to the black holiday. I just got through talking about this.
No. It's the solution because at some point, everybody's going to have a holiday. And as a corporation, you can't chase what becomes law, because then you're going to lose a lot of days. I mean, somebody could say, I want Casimir Pulaski Day off. Somebody could say, there's a lot of days, and there's a lot of people from our nation that will be recognized formally, Like I know when I was a sophomore in high school, Casimir Pulaski became a day that we got out of school. But you can do it. You can create a solution to be respectful of everybody and allow people to choose whatever that day is for them as a guaranteed floater holiday. That's how many people solve that problem. Otherwise, I mean, what if I ask you for every day off? Indigenous Day, Juneteenth. I'm a little bit of all of it. Creole Day, like there's gotta be a parameter for what you can ask for. Otherwise, you're not gonna get a lot of productivity out of your staff because we won't be there. Also, over the weekend, we did a pop-up, or he did a pop-up, Milhouse did a pop-up on 79th and Troop. They, oh, wow, Janessa said they still get Pulaski Day off with the county. Look at that. Janessa also said she got 2 other names you ain't never met, so just beware. Saturday, we did a pop-up, 79th and Troop. Milhouse and his crew just rode over there, popped up a pit barbecue, the big, the things that look like garbage cans, cooked hamburgers and hot dogs, and just had jumpy houses and just let the community come and kick it. Had DJ Little John from 106.3 there and partied in the morning as just a token of appreciation. I know you did something Saturday, Maze, out in Robbins, right? How did that go?
Robbins was excellent, and I'm first of all, shout out to the Friends of the Park and the Robbins Park District and Mayor Darren E. Bryant. I was pleasantly surprised. I had way different expectations, but it was off the chain, and it was good to see all of the people coming out, and it was just beautiful to see black faces saying, hey, y'all, it's like everybody just came together. There was no beefing. There was no, and the seniors, and we had a great time.
Robbins is a forgotten, Robbins, when I was in high school, was like Beverly.
Somebody told us, well, that Robbins was built as the oldest black-owned municipality in the country. And it's always been run by black people since the beginning. But there's been a dearth of mismanagement over the last few years. You know that what's my man with the I can't think of his name that did all the sales. He got the book. Dorothy Tillman quotes him all the time. But he was the door-to-door salesman. But he's got the big house in Robbins, and he built it to be the Tulsa. He was trying to make Robbins a Tulsa, black-owned, black-controlled, the whole thing. But you know how that works. We get better than ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I have a dear high school friend. I have to tell the story because I'm telling the story. Her family are founding members of Good Shepherd Lutheran. It's one of the biggest Lutheran churches, if not the biggest Lutheran church in Robbins. Her mother and father were founding members until they died, and she now is on the church board and still a member there. But Robbins I'd never heard of Robbins, obviously. I knew Beverly because we lived for a bit in Beverly, but when our freshman year in high school, and she's like, they're from Robbins, we went to her house, like it was sprawly, like living in Beverly. It was nice. And then it went to hell fast in a handbasket. Like it went to infested with gangs and just like forgot. It reminds me of Gary. Like it reminded me of like
It's coming back though.
I'm happy about that.
It is. You know what? When I grew up, and I remember that too, we used to be like, we going to Robbins. And then, no, really, because my auntie stayed in Blue Island.
Yeah.
And we'd be excited to go to Robbins.
Yeah.
And it'd be you know what? I was out there in the old timers to tell you Robbins was cracking. One of the old timers, as he was giving me a little nip, was like, you come on over here. He was giving me a little nip. He like, I drink Crown. He
was school for real.
And he was pouring, and not the purple bag Crown, because he had a gallon. Right?
He had the handle.
He had the handle on that bad boy. And as he was pouring, he said, we gave Tom Joyner his first paid gig right out here.
Wow.
Tom Joyner used to drive a dusty old car, and he came out and he said, I just am looking to make $100 on the side a week. And he said, we can take care of you, young blood. He said, look. Robbins was the place. He said
It
we used to have a
was.
disco. We used to have. Now we got our guys Mike and Art Russell still out there holding it down.
Okay.
Manny's Blue Room is.
Yeah,
out there.
yeah. Manny's is still. They got some bad press when that shooting happened, but
Midlothian police come
Yeah.
killing brothers.
yeah, but Manny's is still out there. I can't wait to see the reinvestment in that community because. Because it was devastated. But shouts out to Mayor Darren and all the people that actually stand by. And some people lived there and never moved. The flight never happened for some people. So I know they can't wait for y'all to get it right. But I saw a lot of Juneteenth go downs. Like it was, I think Pier 31 had black on black on black on black, everything.
Lord.
They had Nikki did a vendor thing. So basically it was a pop-up vendor thing. I know Calandra Rhodes had a pop-up at the new tennis, so it's not new anymore, the new tennis place on State Street.
XS Tennis.
Yeah, she had a huge pop-up. I know y'all did the Robbins. We did the 79th Street. It was pretty cool. And then I was watching a lot of people, Moore's Beer. Have you tried the Moore's Beer? Because that was at Nikki's thing, and I saw some stuff was over by my house.
They had some on Chicago Avenue. It was my man Damon Reddington. We used to call him Divine at U of I. He has something to do with it, but it's some brothers that have come up with Moore's Beer. They had Hall of Fame. They had Warren Sapp was at their party.
Wow.
He had both his rings on.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, I was like, dang.
But have you tried the beer? I gotta try it.
I be going slow on the beer because of my gout.
Yeah.
So I be like,
every time you say that, I don't laugh.
You
Because
do laugh.
haven't- I
Everybody laugh. They be
I
like,
laugh
you got
because
gout.
you're so young.
I'm not. I'm 50, Dawn. I'm 50. Look, as long as I ain't got to put that shoe on, I'm good. Because I'm telling you, that gout ain't no joke. Look,
What is gout? I just have always known it as an older people thing. What
they
is
call
it?
it the
actually?
king's. It's when you eat too much red meat, red wine. But then it's things like spinach, broccoli. Like there's so many things. Like I can't eat a lot of if I eat shrimp cocktail. So it's like I got to pick. Like if I'm gonna have beer, won't be no steak. If I'm gonna have, that's why you see me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. There's something else. I was just talking to somebody about that the other day, about how you have to pick and choose. I don't eat broccoli too much anymore. Anyway,
I remember when Cat Williams was talking one day. Was like, I could make broccoli.
Yeah, I fell out with broccoli. Let me tell you when I decided not to eat broccoli.
Okay.
I was early 20s, probably 23, 24. Broccoli was the go-to because my daughter, Ryan, when they go through that stage, they only eat one thing for like months. Mm-hmm. And so the doctor will tell you, the pediatrician will tell you, let them eat what they eat. So, okay, stop trying to introduce new foods. If she likes peanut butter and jelly, give her peanut butter. If she likes broccoli, give her broccoli. So I made broccoli. And I left it on the stove. And then I went to work the next day. It was still on the stove with a covered pot. And then I came home the next evening and thought that it was dead rats in my house. When I opened the pot, the smell was, I could smell it to this day. It was like the smell of death. It stunk up my whole house. It smelled like, for real, dead rats. And I said to myself, if I could leave that pot on the stove covered with the same thing that I consumed yesterday for dinner, what must be happening inside my body? And I have not been able to eat it since that day. Just can't do it. The smell was it was awful. Have you ever smelled broccoli that you left out? If you haven't, you'll never eat it again. Gout won't have nothing to do with it. It smelled like pure shit. It's funky broccoli, not doing it. When I go to the Chinese places, I say Chinese, shame on me, to the Asia, how do you say it politically correct? You know what I'm talking about. I'm like, yeah, take the broccoli out. They like, no, it comes with broccoli. No, I want you to make it fresh without broccoli. Can't do the broccoli. Not doing it. That's, okay, I'm not going to get in trouble. I'm trying to be nice. I spent the day with the grandkids, and so the New York family, our son-in-law's New York family's in town. Shouts out to his father, Big Al. He called himself Big Al Jeffries, okay? from the Bronx. They from the Bronx.
Do he call himself that, or do other people call him?
He called himself Big Al.
Okay.
Big Al.
Is he
you know,
big?
He's but he big like in personality. He's a veteran, a war veteran.
Got it.
He's that dude. You cannot walk nowhere in the Bronx and they be like, "Oh, you Big Al, you Big Al." And his wife, Miss Diane, just as calm and patient. When I tell you Big Al got a person, he calls Mr. Milhouse big fella. Like he's an old New Yorker guy, right? So his sister's there. Her name happens to be Barbara, like my mother. They're born in the same year. And she has a love for champagne like I do. And she told me countless stories about how before the Isleys were the Isleys, like her experience was in nightclubs and entertainment. So she can tell you stories about Ron Isley and them other
Before
Isley.
the gray beard.
Kind of like us. She got stories like us about certain people. It was quite the interesting. But she was like, I love champagne. We played Uno. I won one hand. I kept calling it because, we black and we changed the name of everything. I was like, this new Uno, though, I don't know about it. It's you put the cards in this thing. You deal 7 cards. You put the cards in this thing. And when it's time to draw, you hit the thing. So you might get no cards and you might get 15.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let's go back to the other Uno. Let me go back. Because when you say Uno and you have to draw and you don't get to pull, but the thing pushes, I'm like, yes, this is not. No, these new generations changing the rules. Same with spades. We play spades, and somebody wanted to say the 2 is. They want to confuse bid with spades, and the 2 doesn't beat the joker. I don't care if you're from St. Louis. Where did spades come from? Chicago. I'm going to claim that. Oh, Tennille, you love the new Uno? Tennille. Come on, sister. We just reunited like peaches and herb. You cannot. We got to agree on, let's stick to something. Don't change some stuff. The new Monopoly, I can't do the new stuff. Let's just stick to the rules. Speaking of board games, have you seen the TV show The Hustler? It is the real life version of Masterpiece and Clue. It's like a living TV version. We could do a version of The Hustler here. The name is it's a good name. It essentially is one person is the hustler in this group. It's literally just like the board game. It's like a combination between Clue and Masterpiece, but it is a real life TV version. Y'all should check it out. Yeah, new Uno, y'all. I like Uno, and I challenge y'all, but that new Uno, I'm not playing that, first of all. I'm not playing different rules in spades. Spades are spades. The big joker's the big joker. You take 2 2s out, and that's the game. All this, stop with the rules. Stop with the new rules on anything. Some stuff should just stay the same. Y'all can't change it. Just make up a whole nother game. Another game, do you watch The Chi? Oh, it was so good. It was so good yesterday.
It's too much.
No. They're coming.
Bending.
They're coming back over here. They was Wild Style to the point where I'm like, I'm watching this.
I'm not watching.
I went to school with Carmen and Derek, so my Luther South Brave kicks in. Like, let me give them the views. It is black TV. Okay. But they're coming back. It's got like a storyline and a plot. I know I was not happy the last time I talked about it, but it's interesting. And this brother that's playing the mayor, I think he gonna die.
Sigma though.
Is he?
Yep.
Well, he got shot.
Lufa, he ain't gonna die.
I don't know. They left him bleeding out on the roof.
They left the old boy bleed. He gonna be all right. He gonna be good. Don't tell you. Now you telling the story. I ain't even watched
it. Came on yesterday.
So what done? Most people, you got to get, it's really, there's a 48-hour window before you're able to talk because everybody has a DVR. And so, that's just the common.
Okay.
Courtesy.
Well, but let me say this.
So when the new
so if somebody's saying right now they can't talk about my show because I got to wait 48 hours for them to watch it. Oh man.
Yep. They can't talk about. Now they can say, "Oh, you heard about what happened on the Book of Dawn? She had Gina Lamar on there," but she can't say Gina Lamar today busted out. You gotta wait till the end of the show when she did. You can say now when she did the da, but you can't say when she actually.
Oh wow! People, I just okay. Well, the shot was yes. It was good. It was good yesterday. I was happy. I was a happy shy
Blew
camper.
me after the girl boy that was making the barbershop thing.
Well, she's still with the boy. She's still dating. No, they ain't shoot her, but Jason Weaver, you know the singer.
Yes.
Jason, okay. So he's on the show. Okay. He's and it's funny because the character he's playing, I think might be really him. You know, sometimes when you see the happy-go-lucky dude, you think they're the nice guy. And then you see them in that character, and you're like, I wonder if he's always been grimy. I thought he was like a nerd, like a lame-o. But he's very...
he always gonna be Baby Simba to me.
Okay, no, he plays a good, not Baby Simba.
He's an actor.
Okay, he grimy. And he did a little bit for the I guess, transgender, the guy that's a girl that's dating the guy.
That's where they lost me.
Okay. So Jason did time for the homeboy, and now Jason is living with them because, of course, you take care of your homeboy when he do a bit for you. So, but he's lazy, and he wants to just basically do what he did before and hold the homie accountable because he served time for him. So there's a battle between Jason and the girlfriend, or what if you call it the girlfriend.
No, that's
pronoun.
not a girlfriend.
Okay.
It's not. And
okay.
that's where, like, that's just too much.
Yeah, it's a pronoun. It's definitely a pronoun thing. But I think Jason I think it's gonna be a fight.
As long as Jason don't be dating no dude.
No, Jason has a problem with it. Jason, when the one dude said, man, my girl said such as Jason said, just like, he said, that ain't no girl. It's like he's very much
Chicago.
That's not a girl. He said, that's not a girl. He was like, that's my girl. He was like, that ain't a girl. Like, so it's showing another perspective.
Because I'm telling you, Lena Waithe, I think she just gets off on just destroying anything that has positivity around black people.
Is that Gina?
Yeah, that is.
I could tell by the look on your face.
I be looking like when people just be, I be like, okay, you gonna walk up on a pistol one time. They just be popping up like, you better not.
Speaking of pistols, I still have not been able to apply for my concealed and carry.
They know your history. Somebody.
No, I passed the test.
Somebody been like, don't give.
I got expunged.
Nah,
They're all expunged. I got global entry. but
I'm trying to get mine now.
Your global entry?
Yeah.
You went online and did your stuff?
I did it. I went to the place.
Oh, well,
I got global. I went to go get the.
You got to do global because global it encompasses pre and all that.
Okay.
And I'll send you the website. Do it online, and then you'll have to do an interview at a place.
Yeah, we had. Okay.
Yeah.
Check that out. Look, it looks like you got to go to break.
I do because we got to get Gina in here. We'll take a break. We'll be back, and I got to use the bathroom. Give me 5 minutes, y'all.
Impression I made of you in June. Since then my mind has been thinking of ways to put you in submission and make you my new prey. I don't even know your name, so how can we get together? Don't even know if you're a man. Don't even care, cause I know one thing's for sure. Whenever you get that love ambition, baby, call on me, sugar. Call on me and I'll come running back. ocean and my fantasies with you. Still, every time I see you around, I can't control my desire to fill you up and down, but I don't even know your name. So how can we get together? Don't even know, but I know one thing's for sure. And I'll take my time, my time, my time. So whenever you get that love, hold me, baby, darling, and I'll come running. Oh, you would like the way, oh yeah. So whenever you give that love, baby, call on me. Oh,
Studio. We haven't been in studio in forever. So we are live in studio. Check us out. Book of Dawn. Right here on What's in It for the Black People Media. Oh, yes, it is. It is. It is. Say good morning to the Minglish. Good morning, Minglish. Oh, is he hitting the note? Did he hit the note? I love it. All right, tune
Go ahead,
in to
Dawn.
Book of Dawn on YouTube. What's in it for the Black People Media?
Hold on.
because I know one thing's for sure.
Like the way I do you, baby.
You would like the way.
My time to run from front to back.
Hey.
So whenever you get that love and this, baby,
Call on me. Just
Call on me. Call on D. Hey, Jason Weaver, if you're watching, I like your character. Call on D. I wonder if he would come here and sing that.
absolutely.
I would be such a fan.
You know you can so do that.
I-
You know you
I-
can make that
You
happen.
know you the plug.
I promise.
You know she a plug thug. You know she can make that happen.
See that face? You see that face that you see in your mind when you hear that?
This is a Chicago classic.
It is. It really is.
This make me want to step Andrew.
Step Andrew. Step Andrew. All right, guys.
Listen.
We're going live. I'm cutting you off now.
That
Tune
nice
in
guy
to the Book of Dawn.
is
Let's see
not
those
the
numbers go
guy.
up. Let's see
That's
those numbers
nice.
go up.
That's not the guy that's on the Shy. He's thug. He rowdy on the. He's rowdy on the Shy, and I like it. The transition. I wonder who the real Jason Weaver is.
That's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's shut that down.
I wonder. We should do a remix with. Let me see. Slick, Mahan. Who? Dante. No.
You didn't tell
Who
me
is? What's Chicago? It's the Snap. Yeah. He's not that guy anymore. Welcome
Okay, I was
back.
trying
You're
to see what
tuned into the
cameras
Book of Dawn.
No, you ain't. Hold on.
Not yet. Yeah, we look good.
I
We
think
look
so.
rested.
I think so.
We
Oh.
look rested. Hey. Who could remake that?
Jason,
I was just scary.
you gotta make a deal. You can't
gotta-
remake it though.
Well, I'm saying
Oh, that
like,
song?
who could remake that?
Some things you just leave alone.
That old isn't
You
that
know
the
them
truth?
rappers, them
Isn't
drill
that the
rappers
truth?
gonna ruin it. Next thing she gonna be you came over on your pin Jones suck monkey. No, leave it alone.
No, we don't want that.
It's so true.
Listen.
Are you ready for the truth? And nothing but the truth, so help you Dawn. She's bringing it to you.
Every week. So if you want to hear some real, this is what you gotta do. And my Jason Weaver voice. No mine. and listen to Dawn speak her mind.
Listening to the book of Dawn.
It's morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
This morning, morning,
You're
morning.
listening to the book of Dawn.
This morning.
You're listening to the book of Dawn.
Snap with me.
You're now tuned in to Dawn. Oh, sexy Dawn.
The old sexy Dawn just takes me out every morning.
You can say old
Every morning.
sexy,
Old
old
sexy Dawn
gangster.
just
You
takes
can
me
say
out.
Right. You don't think I'm sexy? I'm too
Absolutely.
sexy for my shirt. Did you put me on timeout?
Right.
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my.
I love
He should
it.
say, the remix should say, you're now tuned in to Gangsta Dawn.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
Yeah. The rapper
You're
Dawn.
still, you're
Playing
still
out
in my
west,
phone
you
as
would have been
Teflon
like,
Dawn.
we had to change that.
Yeah.
She's still totally in my phone as
Teflon.
Teflon.
Dawn, because I wouldn't be able to play it on this station if you was talking about Gangsta Dawn.
But
I was-
gangsta
I was,
encompasses.
As gangster as you are? As gangster as you are?
But, you know,
I'm
we
just-
going old school. You know, you
Okay,
can't
yeah,
be like, you know,
okay. Shouts
but-
out to rest in peace, Chief P.I. I understand.
Okay.
the
Yeah,
I know.
I understand.
I know.
I might get that, but
Don't
I'm
have-
like,
don't
we
have
talking to
Tony
the
come up
original
and-
gangster over there.
Chief
talking
P.I.,
about.
rest in peace, twin. If you're watching, shouts out, to my family over at the roads. Okay, what y'all know about that? Okay,
Ooh.
yeah. Somebody call Charmaine? No.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hey, I have.
Remember Mr. Lee's?
Do I remember? No, I don't remember. I remember.
I remember.
Did you say the Rose?
Yeah.
They don't know nothing about the Rose.
the rose?
They don't know nothing about the Rose.
Now
Remember
that
Brothers
is a
Den?
touch of the past.
What y'all know about Brothers Den? And it was literally
Yes.
the Brothers Den.
Like literally.
No, literally. the
Yeah, no,
Brothers
you have
Den.
to
No,
say
like,
literal.
literally.
Literally.
You had a date take you over there, and you're like, "What just happened here? Have I entered a meeting?
Hey, it was
Am I being
such
initiated?
a
What just
cultural
happened?
difference. Like you go to Chick Rick's over here and
Yeah.
Heroes, and then you go over there to the road. You're like,
Yes.
okay, this is not the same.
At least we matched.
Yeah, exactly. This is a little different. The whole.
Oh yeah.
I think I had my first a lot of firsts over there out west. Out west. I'm so north side, south side. I just out west and over east. I need to recondition my brain to be more encompassing.
And
of
what's
our
funny is I went to high
neighborhoods.
school on the north side, which everybody's from the west side, northwest side. I went to Josephine, right? Shout out to Joe Girls, still producing fabulous women 127 years later. But anyway,
So say that part.
127 years later. But no, but it's so funny because all my friends were from the west side. So then when I would travel over there, I was like, I'm going to see my best friend. And they're like, on Central and Matt? Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Hi.
like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
Your mama
right.
was like, what you're going to do is, and we didn't have phones. We didn't have,
Yeah, we
we
absolutely.
didn't have any of that.
You always been safer on the west side than the south side. Especially if you're
I would totally agree.
Because on the west side, here's this, and this is the way a brother put it to me. He said on the south side, a brother will kill you over his girlfriend because he jealous or he mad because you talk to him. On the west side, the brother be like, you talking to her? Well, let's share. They be like, let's keep it playing. You
Right.
get money, and we ain't got the trip, but let's get
Yeah.
that money. But you ain't getting.
That's facts.
Now, you will get killed on the west side over some money. On the south side, you will get killed over a girl.
And it's funny you say that though, because the one time I did get called like a B, and I got off the L at Lake and something, and the guy
got
said,
called?
"Hey to me," got called me a whole bunch of B's or whatever, because he said you're snooty B, because I didn't. He said something to me, and I kept walking right.
Yo,
'Cause
nigga,
trying
I'm
to
not
I'm just
snooty,
trying to
I'm
get to the thing.
scared.
I'm scared, right? And so one of my boys from the West Side told me, he said, all you had to do was speak back, and I was like, I know, but some guys just went all in and stuff. He's like, just speak back. I said, I was just busy trying to get to the bus stop. I done got off the train.
right.
It's one of the first times they let me go over by myself on the train and stuff. So yeah, but shout out to the West Side, because all my friends, you know how they say, now you ready for this line? All my best friends are from the West Side, because I went to Josephine. All my high school friends are,
Yeah.
give it
Where
up to
is- where's
Lolo,
Josephina?
Gail, North Avenue and Western.
Oh, okay. That's
Little bitty all
technically
girls
the
school.
west side.
Yes,
Yeah.
North Avenue and Western, little bitty all girls school about the size of the studio.
All 18 of y'all in the graduating
you got
class.
it. You got the only reason our graduating class was up to like 70 people is because Aquinas had closed.
Do you remember
Macaulay-
Aquinas? That's
not Macaulay. They're still producing.
Willowbroad. Willowbroad,
Willowbroad, Aquinas,
closed.
and Unity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got girls from those three schools, because otherwise they wouldn't be going from the South Side, right?
Right.
Most of them. Oh, and no, the West
Because
Side
Mother
Flowers.
Macaulay
Either
wasn't
Flowers, no.
integrated at that point. I don't think there
In
was.
the 80s, it was.
Was
I have
it?
a couple. I
Maybe
love
two.
I love to say the ones who are I went to Macaulay, and it is true that
Yeah.
like the thing we were just talking about those schools like Luther South, they're tearing it down and things like that. We were saying,
Oh, they started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the
like the
demolition on
demo
it.
started. Yeah.
and we were talking about one of the things that happens is if you weren't. It was cool to go to Catholic school at those times, but if you weren't Catholic, you didn't pour back into those schools. So those
Ironically,
schools
all of
closed.
the people that 99.999% of the people that went south were Lutheran. I'll be very honest with you, and y'all can tell them I said it. At some point, I worked on many of the committees. At some point, when the money's not appropriated correctly by the principal,
Yep.
then you just keep losing the money.
Yeah.
And so we did. Mike Conley and Stephen Conley and Common. We did a lot for that school. We did a lot. But when the money
Yep.
they're supposed to build the gym that somebody gave you the money for
To
don't
do.
get built,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you stop giving the money.
Yeah. That is exactly how it happens,
It
right?
would never happen at Bolingbrook, for the record.
Oh, did he just
Yeah,
really
because
say that?
doesn't
Because you know what that's
y'all's
like.
taxes pay for
I
that?
was just gonna say. First of all, the taxes pay for that.
Yeah.
And the taxes are still high.
Yeah, because Bolingbrook
west side of Bolingbrook.
and Naperville are if we could have just had some tax money.
Well, technically, we could have and should have in our communities, right? Because that's what we were doing. We had the money because we were paying for Catholic schools.
But that wasn't our community. Luther South was not. We could not
Yeah,
walk
'cause you
from
didn't go to-
Western to Kedzie. It was not acceptable.
Yeah,
And when I
yeah.
was in high school, you didn't
Absolutely.
get off the bus.
You're right.
You got off in front of the school.
Yeah.
Because the white folks, I used to be the chief of staff over there, and it's funny that Bogan was a school where the white folks stood outside and fought to not let you come to.
Absolutely.
And
Gage
so
Park,
was-
Bogan, Curie.
Dawn, it's interesting that you mentioned the scholarship pouring back into the schools. I bet Luther South, you cut a spot for us for the Illinois
The tax credit.
the tax credit fund, which is now money that people can go and they can spend, and they'll get tax credits for Catholic schools and private schools as well. I bet that would have been great for you all to do because then they had to spend the money right. But that's
Yeah.
why
Yeah.
these programs, like
Yeah.
we oftentimes act like we don't have, our children don't populate these other schools or we don't have a space. And so we get caught up in the public school fight as if the education of our children is not a universal concern, and that our children, wherever they are, should be able to be resourced.
Wherever they are.
Yeah.
Wherever
That's
they are.
facts.
And that is really and truly one of the things that you do. You say you move to certain communities. I love it. It happens all the time. People move out to these nice suburbs, pay these high taxes, and then ship their kids back into a school here in the city. And then get
Yeah.
busted
Yeah.
because they're using grandmama's address and the kid study saying, I live in Flossmoor, I live in this
Right.
or whatever and stuff, and bring them back to school here. So we do have to figure that out. Now, that is truly a May's conversation because, he and my sister stay on that fight about being able to go to the school in the community by which you pay taxes.
I mean, when I lived in Hyde Park, when Ryan was born, we lived on, I can't get my address because my mom
Of course.
lived there, but we lived across the street from a school that was not,
Yes.
that I just didn't want my daughter to go to. So I
Yep.
tried
I know the
to
school.
get her in Murray because it was only 3 blocks the other direction. And they were like, nah, you got to go there. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? So then the option for me was only private school because if this is my only option, then I'd rather
But
work
the
and pay
option
for it.
also is to make that school perform at the level of Murray or Ray.
But not the sole responsibility of one parent.
But I'm saying that's the part that parents don't get, right?
Yeah.
Like your taxes are saying those things. Like when you read your tax bill, it tells you what it's down for, right? And so you have a right to say that these schools have to produce at the same rate as this school. But forget all of that good that political stuff. I got good drama.
You got good drama, like good
This
trouble.
good drama.
Like
about
good
schools.
trouble?
Speaking of
Okay.
schools.
Okay.
So congratulations. My baby just graduated this morning from kindergarten.
Oh,
Is that really a graduation?
congratulations.
Wait.
It is.
Wait.
My kids say
Not only is it a graduation,
kindergarten.
all 3 good minutes of it, but they name people. Oh, so you get an award for being studious, and you get an award for this year, and didn't name her name. When I got done, I laughed so hard because I knew both my sisters. I almost didn't make it to the show because I thought we was about to have to go
Fight. Get an expungement.
So I said, I'm dying laughing because I know my sisters. Her grandmother and her great aunt are like, how did she not get an award? I was like, oh, I don't know. She's 5 and she
Maybe.
is an only child and doesn't follow the rules very well, and possibly that manifested itself in the school. So I'm cracking up laughing because I know they're tuned in, so you better watch because they may say us a comment. Because I said, I'm just saying, I laughed so hard. I've been outside crying, laughing because, and you wasted my 3 minutes for that. Now they mad. And so
Right.
I told the oldest one, my oldest sister, I said, please don't let an award show up from Amazon. Oh, baby, it's already showing up. She's getting an award for everything in the room.
Well, because here's the thing. It's Prime Day, so she'll get it like two for. Today is Prime. Today and tomorrow's Amazon Prime Day. So what better day to get it from Amazon?
I love it.
I mean, actually, you could probably get it from the
I
teacher
cannot.
store.
So speaking of schools, that's that's the good gossip that baby did not get an award today, and everybody in the family mad.
So interesting that you brought that up because I live in a home. Mr. Milhouse and I live in a home where we are troubled by kids that just get
Award for everything.
and everybody doesn't get an award. Everybody ain't. I mean, unless you just want a certificate that says participation, that's fine. But you can't keep
I'm too
making up
competitive.
categories.
You got it.
Because
so
then
that
you don't-
everybody gets one.
Because what do
That's
you
not
teach
reality.
the kid to work for?
You got it.
I mean, you got to have a goal in mind.
Yes.
And so I don't know that they are relating goal setting. I mean, you don't have to be like a tyrant at
No, not at all.
But you definitely, it doesn't make, in my opinion, if somebody's an MVP, they just the MVP.
Thank you.
And, you know,
Thank you.
that's all.
And you can be the MVP for just simply showing up every day.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But at least you did something consistently.
I have a friend.
No, and I teach that to when I'm working with
No
when I'm
award
mentoring.
for it, though.
No, but I'm saying I teach that to young folks
Well,
all the time. I
it
said,
depends
look,
on
they
the
just show
level of
up every
talent.
single day. I said, if you show up for school and don't miss school every single day, I don't care what happens in the family. I don't care what's happening at the crib. If
What
you can
about
make
if-
it to school, you make up every single day, you'll at least get perfect attendance awards. You might not get, and it can't even fail you. Now, I just made that law up, and the kids didn't know that because I said to them, I said, they cannot fail you because I'm thinking if you're showing up in class every single day and you don't pass that class, then that's on the teacher. That's not on you.
No, it's not. Not at all.
That's a collective.
Every
I'm
single
gonna
day?
say
Every single day,
it would
every
be.
single day I come to school and I've decided that I'm going to be disruptive every single day. And
I'm
if
not
I-
saying being disruptive now. You just adding stuff. I'm saying if you show up every single day, you at least
still-
got to know your classroom.
You know your classroom, but that don't mean you got to pass.
And I'm also gonna add to that it would be a collective responsibility because the parent, if my child, you know your kid. Or you should know your kid.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
if my kid is coming home and they don't have homework or the homework is
Oh, absolutely.
4 grades lower or 20 grades higher, an involved participatory parent would know that.
Yep.
And so the culpability would be on the teacher and the parent.
Have you not seen the best memes ever of all the black folks in line at Christmas or the day after Thanksgiving, but we can't get them to show up for parent-teacher conference?
Well, I still don't.
You're off
I
work
still-
on Friday.
I still
you
don't
take
understand
Off work. I
what
said,
the-
do parent-teacher conference the day after Thanksgiving because everybody's free that day.
No, they not.
No, they not because they
gotta go
shopping.
shop. They gotta go.
They're going to
Dead
spend
serious.
the stimmies. That's what they doing.
Girl, we're not even talking
Y'all
about
so
stimmies.
judgmental.
I'm
I
just,
just,
I said
no,
it.
I just say it's the best meme ever. But I definitely say parents, when parents are saying at graduation, oh, it's nice to meet you, Miss
How did
Milhouse.
How
did
did you
how
not
did you
know?
make it a whole year and you've never seen me in person?
Yeah, that is unacceptable.
So unacceptable.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
unacceptable.
To not be involved. I get it that you have to work. I worked. Like
Of course.
But guess what? I also worked the parent job.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the other part.
And so you got to figure out how to juggle. You got to figure out how to be a lot of things when you make choices to have children.
yes.
And you figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a series. We could do a
I was
series
just going to say
on
that. And I don't mind, and I have done this for kids I've mentored too. If I know the parent isn't going to make it or can't make it, I don't mind stepping in. Give
Yeah,
me
sure.
permission to go. If I need to, I go and step in. I can do that. That's the great part about being a TT. I'm on TT
You know
duty,
what is really cool? You could make a business out of that. Because there are a lot of parents
It
that
is a
don't
business.
have
It's called
families.
Nephew's Case Management Services.
Yeah, no, I'm
It's
saying
my
like
business,
just
right?
on a
But just advocating.
yeah, for
right?
having
And just being
somebody that
able
you
to-
can call that is trustworthy, that will communicate with the teacher because work will not permit you to
Absolutely.
provide and
Absolutely.
be there.
I do it all the time, and I love it. One of my kids, he's an adult now, who just had his own first baby. One of the kids I mentored years ago called me because something I needed to come to the school. Knew the parent couldn't make it up there. I rush up to Harlan. It's about an earring. Now, mind you, I always tell the kids, like, I'm not a parent and I don't teach for public school, so I can knock the heck out of you. I was so mad at him. I said, you made me leave my job and get up here because I had the flexibility to do so. And it was about you didn't want to give the earring to your teacher because you thought he was going to bait and switch you, and that's a real diamond. First of all, you don't know what a real diamond is.
Because I almost cussed.
You-
right?
thank
You
you.
have no clue.
You don't even
First of
know
all,
what a
look,
real
kid. Look, kid.
Jeffrey, I can say this now. You're an adult. You've graduated. You're successful now. You're a working man with a child of your own, brand new baby of your own, right? But the reality is, I came up there and snapped on you at Harlan. I lost my mind. You had me come up here. I said, I don't care what you do
over
with
the
that
earring that somebody got at the kiosk at Evergreen Plaza. Stop.
Ooh, let's see there.
Cut it.
I don't know
You
what you
need
ain't
to
gonna
cut
do. I'm
it.
still one of them parents. You ain't gonna talk about my children in front of me, right? Absolutely. But that's exactly it. You need that and stuff, But that somebody needs to know somebody for these kids and stuff.
What, if any, I can't answer this question, maybe you can. I've not done a whole lot of interacting with Chicago Public Schools. Does each...
Neither of your girls went to CPS?
No.
Where'd they go?
Ryan went to Bethlehem Lutheran and Chicago Christian, and Jay went to Christian Hills, and then she went to Tinley Lutheran, and then Chicago Christian. Yeah,
See, but that's because you're really Lutheran.
And on top of that, I not doing the strikes. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing the drama behind the drama. Them kids need to learn every day. And that was the reason. I was a private school kid from daycare to high school. Mm-hmm. That was part of it, obviously, Lutheran school. But I saw the fight. I saw even the best schools in Chicago.
Yes.
The Whitneys and the
Of course.
they shut down when the shutdown happened.
Shutdown happens.
Absolutely.
happens.
And I just didn't want my kids to be in a pawn in a battle.
Yes.
For the teachers to be compensated or not. I think teachers that teach in private schools are mission minded because they're not getting paid public school dollar. And they're taking money out of their pockets and putting it in the classrooms. And it's like a cooperative parent experience. They're underpaid because they're getting paid from the offering at the church.
I got to jump in here. I got to do the maze on you. They're getting underpaid, but they're also getting their student loans paid for because they didn't come and chart in the inner city right quick.
Because that's not the same Teach America thing. They're not going to private schools and doing Teach America.
Yes, do. As long as it's in the community area.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Tinley Park is not.
But I'm just saying, as long as you're in a community area. So and no offense to any of the charter school teachers or private school teachers either, but I'm just saying there's a benefit. And I always say this to physicians, I'm in healthcare, right? So I say this to physicians who, I'm here practicing in Roseland because I said, you're practicing in Roseland from the Philippines. You know how many people you need this medical?
And let's just be clear. Part of the reason some of these people are practicing, but also part of the reason these people are practicing at some of these locations is because they ain't the top tier doctors of the world. When you talk about healthcare disparities and you talk about people,
because even if you graduate last in class, what do we call you? Doctor.
Right. And so again, you look at I used to sit on the board. Actually, used to be the chairman of the board of the Christian community.
He will name drop all the time.
No, but I did used to be the chairman of the Christian Community Health Center.
Oh yeah.
Out in the suburbs.
No, it's right on
here.
95th too.
Right here on 97th.
Oh, I thought that was
and actually,
we have one in the burbs.
Okay.
So when I was there, it was a business. And so at a certain point, when you're not, you can still get to be $150,000, $200,000 doctor a year there, even as a not top tier doctor. And what you find is that even when you see what's happening with Mercy Hospital, when you saw what happened at Loretto, our healthcare
Like myself.
is not in the best hands. Our healthcare is often, our safety net hospitals are often populated with not people who are concerned about making us live, but concerned about making a profit.
Absolutely.
And so, I don't.
And they don't have boards that monitor that. And
right. I don't give you all that. Oh, I went to teach in the hood. No, Ninja, you didn't go to teach.
Nope.
If you could be at Northwestern, if you could be at, now there are people who have true missions, but most of the people you find, they own some easy, you know what? I don't got to give no long. It's poverty pimping, and you see it the same way where they say we can make a profit. How do I use this black community to get to where I'm trying to go, which ain't really in the black community?
Continuously. Could you please stop hitting the table? We can hear that on our mics.
That's because I upgraded us.
You taught us that. You taught us that. Right.
I understand. Okay. From that perspective, but I'm saying from my experience,
absolutely,
the schools were not in underserved areas, and it may be different at other private schools. I'm talking about parochial, Lutheran. They are not going to hire you unless you signed on. You're not going to be Baptist teaching in their school system.
I'm sorry.
And so
I just want you. I'm going to go push back again.
Okay,
I just want you to walk into any of the parochial. Catholic Archdiocese run and led, which have the money, schools in the community. The grammar, just standing in the room, I said, am I standing on now I know I'm standing on 79th Street. I get that part. But between the staff and the community, I'm just going, what just happened
But
here?
That's now. We're talking, Ryan's in her 30s.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
of course.
So,
and we're a little older than Ryan.
It's a teeny. Old enough to have given birth.
Right.
But
you got it.
but it's so yes. It's all being watered down.
And that's going to always be everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So that's in any community. So poverty.
Did you know that Chicago public schools send new teachers to the hood? Yeah. That's their vetting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't know that until probably 10 years ago.
Absolutely. And you know it. That was a whole big thing with integration, right? Mm-hmm. The best part of segregation is that we had black teachers who truly cared about us and wanted us to do well. Mm-hmm. The demise of segregation and the integration is that they took the worst Caucasian teachers, white teachers from someplace, and put them over in our neighborhood.
Culturally, you don't even know what you're doing.
But I'm just saying, just the ones, teacher. But not even the first year, but just the worst teachers in their room. Like, you're sitting at New Trier, you're sitting at Tinley, and you decide, oh, Lord, I cannot have Miss Evans anymore. Oh, good. Oh, we're going to integrate schools now. We're going to send her right on over to Inglewood. We're going to send her right on over to the South Side.
Janessa said her son's elementary school wouldn't allow them to return if you didn't do PT conferences. And
Very good. Very good.
I'm glad somebody took a stand.
Very good.
Because you're not, if you're too busy to sit down and talk to me about your little bag, double.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even if your kid isn't bad.
Yeah.
Just the fact that you show up, right?
Yeah.
Like one of the things we knew we couldn't be too much of a problem in school because Mary Louise could not take off. Initially, before she remarried my dad, my wonderful dad. But, when she was a widow and had just her, we knew she couldn't take off. So we could not run the risk of her coming up to Walter Scott for no reason. And she took off work for that because she would drop kick us right there. You made me take off my county job.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't sit down and be quiet. Yeah. Oh, I bet you won't sit down now. You're not going to be able to sit down
that part.
When I finish swinging.
But when we went to school, or at least we had truant officers.
Oh yeah,
like, we're gonna take a break.
Did
and
you
come
not
back.
see my post? I said,
bring back please bring them. But let me be one. As a matter of fact, I got time today. We'll be right back to the Book of Dawn. Could you see me and you? Could you?
Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble for this one.
They sent me that meme.
Oh my God, I'm on the radio.
Been trying to reach you all day. What's the deal? Keep it real, baby. You can't even pick up and call me. Matter of fact, at this point, I just feel that you're trying to play me for a fool. And baby, that ain't cool. Now that ain't cool. See, you've been running around like you've been single, looking for a good time so you can mingle. Got me out here looking stupid. You out here with your bow like a cupid. But I guess it's cool. Guess I was just another hit on your hit list. Another good time that you wouldn't miss. But I blame myself for all these feelings that I felt. You were nothing but a savage, seeking no ways you could scavenge. This thing I thought was real turned out to be nothing more than a feel. It's petty love, petty love, petty love, petty love. That's what we got. That's what we got. Petty love, petty love, petty love, petty love, petty love. Yeah. Oh, now you're trying to reach me. Just the other day, you call yourself trying to treat. Now it's can we talk, oh baby, can you see? Cause you can't take what I'm doing. Is that cool? Now that ain't cool. But I blame myself for all these feelings that I felt. You were nothing but a savage, seeking no rose you could scavenge. This thing I thought was real turned out to be nothing more than a feel. It's petty love, petty love, petty love, petty love. Petty love, petty love, petty love. That's what we got. Yeah. Why'd you have to hurt me, boy? I thought you were so deserving, boy. You took my love for granted, boy. I'll just take this as a lesson, boy. Petty love, petty love, petty love, petty love. That's what we got. Petty love, petty love, petty love. But I blame myself for all these feelings that I felt. You were nothing but a savage, seeking rules you could scavenge.
Welcome back. You're tuned into the Book of Dawn, broadcasting live weekdays 9-10 a.m. to 11 from the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. It's Monday, so the bigs are up next, right? The bigs, and then I said what I said. You got to say that with your neck rolling. I want to give you a joke, and then I want you to give me a tidbit about sex, because we got into a conversation that we're getting texts that people appreciated, and so we'll have to revisit that. I just want y'all to know, if the powers that be, if you want to start off the truant officer division again, we deputized ourselves.
Yes.
We will be.
We're going to get our badges.
I need a uni. I need a uni, and and then we'll do commercials and billboards, and he's like,
Absolutely.
don't get caught, not at school. Yeah, that would be so dope.
That would be so dope.
That would be so
We
dope.
technically could do that on our own blocks right now, right?
You're right.
You run the risk of getting cussed out a couple of times. Like, who is
Oh,
you?
been there,
Who
done
the F
that.
is you? You don't tell me what to do. And you say, I am
Right.
someone who cares about
No,
you.
that's where the badge comes in.
Truant officer 6691249.
Right. Period. I do have a quick joke for you though. It's not my best,
Things you
but
miss.
why do we tell actors to break a leg? I mean, we were talking about Jason Weaver, and why do we tell actors to break a leg?
I don't know. I'm even
It's corny.
to
but
go
it's
all
funny.
in.
Because every play has a cast.
See, we need our sound guy. This is how you know our producer missed that punchline.
You know what?
We need a sound on, like we really need a wump bump right?
Oh, no, they have a thing that goes when they don't like my joke. It goes. It's like the dumb laugh.
Yeah, that I like.
Did you
that
hear
one.
about the new restaurant Karma?
I did not hear about the new restaurant Carmo. What about it?
There's no menu. You just get what you deserve. I'm sending a few people to that restaurant.
Okay.
Okay,
That-
all right. Give me some
That is
sex
so
talk.
true. So first of all, we can keep sex talk with exactly what we're talking about,
Okay.
right? Because guess what? All that truancy leads to unwanted pregnancies.
Okay.
Because
Facts.
you sitting at the crib, what are you all getting together doing? And not just the unwanted pregnancies. Like I really and truly have had a couple of times where I do tell people, even if you're going to take off school, don't go to a house, which was what everybody does. Go to the one house they can. All, 10, 12 students get together, getting high, doing whatever stuff happens. That's also how sexual assaults happen. Right. Right. That's also how sexual assaults
Herb
happen.
Howard
right?
said the penis whisperer.
That's right. As I have to say it this way. But no, really and truly, it's how it happens. You're drinking, you're having fun, you're having a good time, you're loose, you think things are happening, and before you know it, you've had sex with two guys and you didn't mean to, right? And so those are sexual assaults. Or,
Wait, what, huh?
So we're talking about the truancy, right? We're
Yeah.
talking about not going to school. I'm tying it into what we were talking about with the
But
schools.
how do you have sex with two people that you didn't mean to have sex
That's what
with?
sexual
That's
assault
what
is.
Is that assault or is that
No,
a
that's
train?
sexual assault.
No, that's it
He said,
depends
or is it
on
a train?
If you're
Very good,
if you're
right? If
somewhere
you're- if
doing
you
something you
mean
shouldn't
to.
have been doing, and you're smoking or eating edibles or drinking because it's cool and everybody
Yep.
else is doing, and then you end up faded and don't know it's happening, that's
Yes.
assault.
Yes.
If you go there,
What edibles do I don't y'all? Okay.
I mean, kids,
But
they
you
probably
what?
know a little bit
I
more.
always appreciate the pushback on this, right? And only because I think we've all been in situations where we're like, girl, quit playing. You knew you wanted that, right?
There's plenty of girls that be like, yo, we
Without
going
a
to
doubt,
the house.
without a doubt,
And that happens.
But
But
we're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about the
the
ones
ones-
that did not mean to have sex with the entire football team.
So y'all should not have listened. Don't listen to WGC out there, because I'm here to tell you every song is about
having sex with the entire football team.
or not the entire football team, but having sex
Yeah.
every kind of way.
Every kind of way,
and
any
we
kind
don't
of way,
care,
however you wanna
stupid,
do it,
And
yep.
you like to come over here and
okay,
give me,
let's put a pin. Let's talk about GCI for a minute. I said it. Call me.
They call me too.
But here's the thing. When did we get away? When did
I
that
got this.
happen?
I can tell you. And then I'm going to
Okay.
Go
get
ahead.
back to you.
No.
That happened. So there was a time in the late 90s and early 2000s when Chicago music and Chicago artists could not get on WGCI.
Sure.
Elroy and Marv said, we play the hits. We don't make hits. But the other thing that they did was they were almost like the Blackstones with crack, right? They held back the onslaught of the terrible music for years and years and years. When it became corporate, when Earl Jones came in and he was no longer from Chicago, he was there to turn it into a profitable mark, to make a profit business.
Before there was iHeartRadio
Right.
and
Or
all
he-
of that
and
making
there
it
was-
yeah.
He then was the guy that's how the other radio station got their deal.
92
No,
or whatever.
No,
No, the other
Okay.
the
103
black
point.
station.
Oh, got it.
No,
106.
no. where I
Oh,
came.
gotcha.
Okay?
Yes, okay.
So they got their station as part of the deal as the Black Give Back because Clear Channel had bought the whole marketplace.
Okay.
Well, we didn't appreciate from Marv and Elroy that they felt that as members of the community, Black community, even though they were part of this conglomerate, they wasn't just letting anything happen, and they still were the biggest. Well, when they got out, then Earl and it became profitable. That whole iHeart connection, and they bought Black urban media because they knew that it was profitable, and they pumped all the BS into it. And now I feel terrible that they're not there. But I just need to say, listening to that last week, I hated every song, but by Friday, I knew them all. Like when I got in the car,
of course, 'cause they
I was
play
like,
repeatedly.
whoa.
Yeah, but let me say this: before it gets to our station, producers recognize it could be garbage, right? Listen to the 5 Heartbeats or listen to any of those things. Watch how they went over and over and over again till you got it right, till you got the groove right? And remember when talking about twisting was bad or whatever. As soon as they start allowing certain things to just go, to fly. Now it's a new image. It's the new hot thing, right? And so we're waiting. We ride waves. I'm waiting for the wave to change again. But before it changes, we've lost so many people to the madness. So it's the fact that Sony is producing these kinds of songs. You have you have bigger agencies behind them. And I know, like the Rockefellers and Jay-Z and Master P did their own labels so that they could produce their own music, but the fact that it even got there, right?
Yeah, well, let me say this:
absolutely no creativity.
As a lover of all music, and
music,
definitely,
because y'all know I love Barry Manilow and trap music
at the same
at all
damn time.
times.
Okay, but I will say this, and this is definitely, if you have any youngins out here listening, this is not old people saying what our parents said about our music. There is a distinct difference in what is considered music and permeating the airwaves in our communities and others because they love it. You know what I'm saying? Others love it. Of course. This is not that same conversation our mamas had when we start listening to rap or hip hop. This is different. This is a wholly different conversation.
Because mothers are telling their daughters, get that money, get that bread, get that head, then
and leave. That part.
Like, it really is happening for them,
so
right?
do you think getting bread and getting head, it goes to the parties, the unauthorized parties, and what is happening?
It's all part of that. It's all part of that, right? And unfortunately, people don't even recognize they've been assaulted, right? Or something is like, I didn't really want that until you're like, I know I went in the room with Steve, but according to Maury, another drop
You're
in
not
the
the
community,
father.
the baby belongs to Brian. And I never had sex with Brian. I was high. I don't even remember. But that's just one of the things that happens with the truancy. The other part of that is that we continuously break down over and over. And after a while, the teachers don't care that you're missing, right? And so when that starts happening and you're not going to move forward, you're not going to go to college. Something else I want to talk about another day. I'm just going to hit it right quick. Proms. We spend more money on these prom send-offs.
No, hold on.
We spend more money on these prom send-offs.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Than we do on the college
proms,
application.
here's the
He said, did
thing.
she apply to U of I? That application was $40.
I literally had this conversation early on when Mays asked me to join his team here. I said, no disrespect to the event planners. I know everybody has to eat, right? So I'm not discouraging that. But I, as a mother, am not going to spend a wedding cost on prom.
Yes.
I'm not doing it.
Yes. Yes.
Because if I give you that for prom,
and let's be clear.
What will you aspire to do next?
I would definitely do that for college graduation.
College
graduation. Not even high school graduation.
I
Not
turned
even high
to
school
fool.
graduation. I'm saying
But
for college
but
graduation.
prom? And then you get to go to like five. First of all, you're not going to prom as a freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. First of all.
Yeah.
And if you go to 3 proms your senior year, you're going to wear the same dress.
Oh, gosh,
3
yes.
times, or you're going to have
you
to
better
cut
fix
the-
it.
you
Better
better
switch
check
that
What
color.
do you say when the mama say, they tell the boy he got to pay for the dress?
That's not the boys. That's not the boys.
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
No.
You asked my
hell.
daughter, so you have
No.
to pay for the dress.
That sound
Like, what are you
crazy.
talking about?
Well, you
no.
said yes.
No,
I was about to
absolutely
say.
not. No,
Because I'm saying, because along with that, then if I bought the dress and I bought then
of course
Then I bought
start
the
thinking,
ass.
I believe it.
Then I already
You
bought
got
the
it.
ass. I
You
paid
got
for
it.
it.
Ass, gas, or cash.
You got it. I paid for it, right? And
Yeah.
and that's the other part that we miss. We're doing and stuff. I just literally we're talking we're in the restaurant on Saturday, and she said, "Oh, she looks just like a little girl." And I said, "That's how she's supposed to look, right?"
Amen.
No, but she's a big girl. She's a. I said, "No."
We keep
I said,
normalizing.
society adulterizes our girls quick enough.
We're normalizing the truckery.
A
Okay, we're making
7-year-old
it
in weave with a belly top on.
Do you understand the words
And
that are
loop
coming out?
earrings.
Yeah.
You see, the challenge with this all is, though, is that we almost celebrate the lack of standard. Right?
Yes.
And I'm a back.
Yes.
Because this makes me think
Agreed.
of that whole bonnet thing.
Yeah.
Like, are we literally arguing to wear a bonnet?
Yeah, because
in a
I'm with
restaurant?
Auntie
Monique.
I'm with Auntie.
Take it
that
off.
I
Take it
I
off.
have been cussed. Girl, if you like
Well, I mean, I'm saying for I'm gonna be honest with you.
Do-rags.
Having watched it, it seems like now people are more defiant than ever, and they're like, I went to the airport,
And they
and
were
it was
determined
like
to wear 'em.
everybody is gonna wear a bonnet.
Yes, even
and-
white women who don't wear bonnets.
Nah, not white women.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying even like they just so defiant on. They just gonna join the bonnet race.
there was
just to bring us down.
I'm not the biggest Monique fan, but she was spot on.
Spot on.
I just feel like our definition, like anything
Listen.
that raises us up, is
We're
us
gonna-
trying to be white.
Yes.
As compared
Yes.
to like, man.
No, let's just black people have pride. That's what we were saying about the black schools before they integrated them. Black teachers truly had a clear commitment to raising black children and making them become educated.
Yeah, but
Versus integrating them.
to
'Cause we
his
keep wanting to be
point,
white is right.
so to his point, why and I say this all the time because y'all know that I sit in a different seat on a lot of we have a lot of smart, very strong opinions here at this network, right?
Yep.
I don't necessarily subscribe to all of them because I lived a different experience. Okay?
Absolutely.
Call it whatever.
Bingo.
My thing is this. We should not, just because I'm saying it's inside clothes and outside clothes, it's bedroom clothes and
Period.
front room clothes.
Period.
If we continue to normalize it, if you stand up for it, it doesn't mean I'm trying to make you white.
The only time
that
you
was the
should be outside in
conversation
your
I
house
had with
shoes
nephew Ron them
Is in a fire.
some months ago when I was saying about language and pronunciation and slang and when it's appropriate to use it and when it's not. Just because I want you to know, and I'm not saying proper like
Slang
anti-black.
versus grammar.
I'm not saying
There's a
anti
difference.
because I say proper. There's a proper way to do everything.
Can I
Everything.
tell you, we prepare our people for failure in this world in this society that we live in. We don't live.
We repeatedly do it.
We don't. It's like, and we say, well, if we base our plan on if one day as compared to the reality that we live in.
Yes.
And then we justify it. And then when they outside doing their thing.
Yes. And
we normalize dysfunction.
Absolutely.
And call it
Repeatedly.
white
Repeatedly.
supremacy.
We
right?
repeatedly do
Our
it, right?
kids are
And
the
they
ones
say-
getting killed.
Yes.
And we be like, look, we
Yeah.
cannot normalize dysfunction.
We cannot. And and the goal is to be welcoming of somebody who even though she's whatever she is, everything she said. Bonnets and
Right, you're busy.
when
You're
you
getting lost
got
in
on
the message.
leggings
You're getting
that
lost
are
in the
stockings,
message. Yes.
that I can see your
Yes.
whole
Yes.
ass cheeks.
Yes, and that's when I say friends
not-
don't let friends walk out like that.
Yeah.
But I do say unless, and I, I've said this and posted and said unless it's a fire, you should not be outside in pajamas and house slippers.
And
a
Janessa
bonnet.
just said something I always say. My mother, you're not coming and sit on her bed in outside clothes, even with the covers up. You're gonna take your coat off. You're not walking in her kitchen with a coat. There were so
Absolutely.
many levels to
Absolutely.
the understanding.
Absolutely.
That's why people told you can't do that.
Listen, that was
We're so busy trying to fight that, and then we're fighting the wrong thing.
Fighting ourselves.
And we're
Absolutely.
fighting, and you know what? They let it that way, right? They say you should be allowed to express yourself. The girl with the purple hair who goes to school with purple hair and goes to the job with purple hair is a curator at a museum whose parents come from money, and she didn't really. This is the job she's getting. Very different from the girl who goes to school or work with purple hair at McDonald's, whose parents don't have money. There's a difference, right? And so I say this just with the tattoos, even, right?
Nah,
When
I
you
got
go
one
tatted
better than tattoo
Different
for you.
places. you are setting yourself up not to go back into the workplace.
How about that part?
Unless, everybody's not going to be a rapper and a basketball star. So you have to be realistic. And I say this all the time about my trans community. I have an HIV agency, right? I work with the LGBTQ community.
And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. We just hit
Celebrated
our
your
1
first
year.
year.
We just hit our 1
Dang,
year.
look, we on 1 year too. You should be advertising. Okay, I'm sorry.
Right,
you
it's our 1 year anniversary.
You should.
Absolutely. And you should donate to my AIDS walk because we're going to do this, right? We're going to all be on this team.
We can sell it.
Absolutely.
Put it on here.
So but I say that all the time, though, because I want trans women to be able to be who they are. But the reality is, if you don't have the education, you've come from everything we just talked about, right? You haven't been given the background. You don't have the education. It is very hard for a 6'2" trans woman to be at the front counter of McDonald's. And there's nothing wrong with McDonald's. That's why I'm saying you could be working there, but you're going to continuously lose the fight because somebody's going to come up and say something ignorant. Somebody's going to continuously say something. You're going to go back and forth. And then McDonald's is going to say, nah, we're into selling burgers, right? So this is causing too much controversy and we're not getting burgers sold, right?
Yeah, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so what's one of the things I fight with my LGBTQ community all the time. I just need you to put yourself in a position. You can't be Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
You're not, because you have the background that if no one hires you again and ever wants to see you at the forefront of anything, and then you have to be smart enough to be the IT guy, to be the sound engineer, that you can be on the background. So you have to have one or the other. So
before we get off the point, I just have to go. Let me just say it. I would be remiss if I don't. Please stop advertising your 2 and 3 and 4 year old little girls and boys with their middle fingers up on your IG.
Yes.
Stop. Like, it's not, it ain't cute.
Let me just say this.
It ain't cute.
I'm going to put this on the What's in It for the Black People media. I'm putting this back on them. Because, see, at Monday Night Mingle and Nephew's Case Management Services, we are always about healthy relations, and we're going to keep you healthy. We don't care how much sex you have. We just want you to do it healthily and don't contract and or spread gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis, or HIV. But What's in It for Black People media, I'm going to put this on you all. Make us stop. Figure it out.
Figure it out. Yeah, because listen, because if I see another little fire, what the with the
Y'all
GD,
talking
with,
to stop.
with,
Stop. That is y'all trying to make these kids white. Let them be black and free.
That is not black.
That's black, man.
Man,
We associate.
listen.
We happily embrace the most challenging parts of our community. The most challenging thing, we have internal problems that we cannot allow to eat us alive as external problems assault us. We defend the internal problem. We got cancer. We love it. It's like, to me, we gotta. Yeah,
and I really will say this very quickly about the certain things that you put into your children, just the weave alone, right? Everybody knows you got money now, but when money gets short, you're going to take that out of a kid. And if you've already been putting weave in her hair, and she is starting to assimilate and associate this, connect this to her self-esteem. When you take all this hair out, and her hair goes back to my length, right? And all of a sudden, she's feeling poorly about herself because you have connected those dots
so on
too
that,
early on.
Yeah. Well, let's stay right there. So if you decide that when she's whatever age, you want her to have silky cankalon, whatever they call it, okay, then you are the reason you're trying to make them white and then mad at us because it's okay for you to have hair that needs an extra brush. It's okay.
Fatherhood, Kevin Hart's new movie.
Did
you watch it yet?
I did.
Oh my God, it was the best. Look. And did you see how her hair the whole time, and even at the end, the new girlfriend was like, I'm gonna work on these edges, right? I'm working, but the entire movie, it was so good.
It was so good.
Through.
I watched it Saturday.
I watched it Saturday.
It was
fell
very
asleep because I was exhausted. Then watched it again Sunday, and even went back again and watched some more of it.
Good.
You know,
and he did well.
I think he did. I think he did.
Well.
I think Lil Rel did well. Shout out to Chi-Town.
He did. And did you see the Lil Rel did the thing on right over there by Buckingham Fountain on the lakefront? Juan posted it. It was like this whole fatherhood golf little experience, a pop-up.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah, right on the lakefront.
Good. What's up? Shout out to Lil Rel in Chicago, bringing it back home, making it
And
happen.
I saw Damon Williams. Congratulations, his daughter got married.
Yes.
Vivica Fox is going to be on a comedy tour at Riddles, so we need to go.
Oh, cool.
I need to get on your guest list because I see everybody else be kicking it. We don't get no invites.
Okay,
It's all good.
I'll do
it's
better.
all good though.
I'll do
It's
better.
all good though. I
I'll
mean,
do
you know,
better.
I try to do right by everybody, and then I see the pictures posted. It's all good. It's okay though.
Okay, before we get out of here, let me tell you two things. Gina, thank you. I think Mr. Milhouse is out of town, so if you can come next Monday, I'll confirm. You good with next Monday?
Oh, I'm booked.
You're bye.
Okay, fine.
Bye,
I'll see you
Gina.
next Monday.
Bye, Gina. Not bye, Felicia. Bye, Gina.
Bye, Gina. Right.
I usually tell you two things, but I'm going to give you a mouthful. I posted it last week. I just want to say it again. I might say it every day this week. Beware of people who love your energy, who love your favor, who love what you can provide, who love your intellectual property, who love your access, but don't really love you. Live in your purpose and be who God intended you to be. But remember that everything and everyone is not your assignment. Sometimes you hurt your own feelings, right? Know the difference and move accordingly. It's hard for them to be you if you're not around for them to learn how to pretend to be you. Thank you for tuning into the Book of Dawn. Remember to lead with love. Use your voice to be a positive impact, to change the world. Do something different. Tune in tomorrow. Same OG, next page, Behind the Brown Door Tuesday. I'm trying to get a homie to call from Dubai. If y'all know the celebrity that's in Dubai, it's him. I'm not going to say his name. We'll see you tomorrow. Not telling you.
I know.
That's exactly why you need a podcast. Because I'm telling you, you do a 10-week Dawn podcast series, you'll be like, how she know all these people?
All of them.
I'm like, now our times work. He used to be on the West Coast time. Now he's
he's
ahead of me, so he wide awake at my show time.
That's
We
what's
try to
up.
get him on here. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the bigs. Keep it locked. We appreciate you. Remember, peace, and Gina.
No
Forget to
tide.
mingle. Roll Tide.
Forever Roll Tide. He just signed a contract extension. We're going to win for some years. Roll Tide, roll, y'all.